Okay, so what do you put on a page like this? Well, basically you have an artist bio on there and you have an artist statement. Okay, well, what are those? You know, what do you do? First of all, you want to have something that's probably no longer than 200 words long. So it's not a big thing. I would say what I'm planning on doing is I'm planning on having a paragraph that's a bio. What is a bio? It's information on you as an artist. You know, how did you get started? What kinds of art do you do? Do you do collage? What do you do? What interests do you have? Do you have other interests other than art? It's a lot of, and we'll go through that a little bit more. What is the statement? That is about your artwork. So that's the part where you say, if there's a reason why you're doing the art that you're doing. It might be something about how you came to be doing the particular one. Like I used to do acrylic, I used to do all kinds of different crafty things, and how did I get to doing just watercolor now? And I'm into colored pencils now. And basically what this whole thing is a conversation that you're having with the reader. It's not a technical written thing. Just think about if you're sitting here and I'm talking to Sharon and I'm telling her a little bit about myself because she doesn't know me, and I'm telling her a little bit about my art. That's basically what it is. The artist biography serves to provide the reader with a story about you as an artist and learn about your career credentials. The biography is not the same as a resume. A resume has much more to it. It contains much the same information as a resume. However, it's written in a resume usually is more of a listed kind of thing, where a biography is a narrative, okay? It's also not the same as an artist statement, which is more about creative inspiration, materials, style, and art vision. Let's just take a look at the bio right now. I have paper going around because I do want to give you some time to jot some things down, and this paper is for you to keep. So we would like to have anyone who wants to have an artist page on our website to have this into us by, what, the end of February? So like bring it to the next meeting, and we can even look it over and see how things are, and hopefully we can get it so that we can get it onto our webpage. Eventually, you'll need to have it typed. You also get to add pictures of your art on there because you want them to be able to see, but that's on the statement. Right now we're doing the bio. The paper I have passed out to you, it says steps to writing your biography. Before you begin, here are some things to think about and to list. Your education or degrees. Or are you self-taught? Did you study under somebody important? Some people have. Study done with any well-known artists. What are your goals as an artist? Gosh, I don't even know what I'm going to put for that, but maybe I'll just skip that one. Current projects. Do you have your things in an exhibition? Have you ever been in a fair or an art show? Awards that you've received. Some of us don't have many of those, but if you do, that's a good place to put it. Is your art have any important collections, like you have a series of things? I'm working on a couple myself right now. Have you served on any art-related capacities? Since I'm president, I'll be putting that. That may be the only one I've got, but that's what you can do. Maybe there's something where you have served on an art committee that tells the medium that you like to work in, and maybe there's more than one. Where you are from, like you're in Oregon, or maybe you want to say Milwaukee, I don't know. And when you were born. Now, I don't know why that's important, but I guess they want to know how. Another thing you could have in your biography is, when did you start painting? Some people have been doing it since they were 3. Others started when they were 65. That's kind of an important thing to know about you. There are many things that are listed on here that you can include. Now, you don't have to include every single solitary one. You need to just decide which things are important. For writing this, remember, you want to make it conversational. People like your work, and if they meet you, they'll like it even more if they like you. So when you're writing this, you want to make it a very personal kind of thing, kind of like I'm sitting here talking to you. Not, and you don't necessarily have, I guess at one time you were supposed to not use I and me, and it was supposed to be third person. But I understand that's changing. Now you don't have to worry about that quite so much. But you might want to think about maybe not having I all the way through it, but using other terms as well. Let me read you one this one's kind of long, but I'll read it anyway. I'll read you the one that's more personal. Greetings. I'm proud to be a native of Oregon and reside there with my husband and my best friend David. Primarily, I am an acrylic painter. I adore color, nature, and the fullness of life inspires my artistic endeavors. After retiring, I decided to act on my lifelong dream of being a full-time artist. It's been an exciting journey and allowed me to explore a variety of subject matter and techniques, as well as different painting mediums. Mainly, I paint for the pure joy and relaxation it brings me, and to build emotional connection with people. Frankly, painting keeps me centered, and the connections I make are the icing on the cake for me. Knowing that I have brought someone joy is truly rewarding. Life is good, and sharing my gift with others is very special to me. I do commissions and treat my clients like family, bringing them into the experience as that journey unfolds. So together, we come up with the artwork that they desire. Sharing my gift with others is always special to me, so please reach out if you would like to explore the options. You can also see my work at the Perfect Peace Gallery and Gifts in Lake Oswego and Blue Pine Gallery and Gifts in Gresham. So that is kind of a personal account that you can kind of see how it's very conversational, but it certainly tells you a lot about him, doesn't it? Okay, let me read one that's a little bit different. This one is from Melissa, which I think most of you know her. You've taken classes from her.
Melissa Gannon.
Yeah, Melissa Gannon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A love of color is a driving force behind Melissa Gannon's art. Now, this is one that's a little more or less personal. So she's doing it kind of in the third person. Her inspiration comes from travel, hiking, and exploring her local area. Her home in the Pacific Northwest provides ready access to the coast, rivers, mountains, and deserts. She loves painting outdoors, portraying a perfect, peaceful place in the woods, a bird surveying the world, or the vibrance of a bunch of daisies. She finds that observations made in plein air painting enhance her studio work. Along with creating art, Melissa shares her skills and knowledge through classes and workshops. She began teaching in 2001 and finds that it enhances her work as she strives to find challenging material for the fast-growing skills of her students. Some of her students have attended her classes for over 10 years, and she loves seeing their artistic expression grow. Galleries exhibiting Melissa's work can include Earthworks Gallery in Yachats, Oregon, Infusion Gallery in Troutdale, Oregon, Aurora Gallery in Vancouver, Washington, the Ryer and Me in Reno, Nevada. She participates in local shows, including the Gresham Art Walk and the Oregon City Festival of the Arts. Now that
to write a biography in third person because it's like you sitting alongside someone and they're explaining about an artist. And you're going to be writing it in first person. It's more like an autobiography. And I think people are more interested about peering into someone's life instead of someone sitting right in front of them and telling them all of their achievements. I think you get bored to death. The statement, that's what that is. Talking about your current achievements and what are your future goals. For the biography, you could start off with talking about your recent achievements and then kind of go down to when you started. So bring them up the most recent information, recent accomplishment, recent art show you've been to, and I think that would make a reader more interested in your life story. So I love the idea of talking in first person, but sometimes that just throws somebody off.
Yeah. Talk about the artist's statement. Now you can either put this on the bottom of the page or on the back. It would be like another paragraph that you might want to have on there. So let's just talk a moment, kind of change gears, because you also want to talk about your art. Here's an example of, also be sure to put your paintings on there somewhere so that they can see what kind of art that you do. So let's take a look at the paper I gave you. It basically is going to introduce, a statement will introduce them to your art without the artist being there. Statement should tell why you create the kind of art you create. Telling the reader the personal why that you create that type of art. Statements should also tell how. Do not get technical, as you could hear in Melissa's. She didn't get technical about it, but she talked about how some of the things that she looked at and was important to her. You do not want to have a step-by-step, how do I create this? That's not what the statement is. A short sentence or two on your artistic process, or a description of any special techniques, like maybe Connie would have some special techniques with hers. And you might want to do that. You can also have an artist statement for just a particular painting that tells if there's a story. I have one that is the Oregon experience. And it's a meadow where you have to spend some time in the meadow to see the wildlife that's there. And if you're just walking by, it's like in nature, if you're just walking by, you'll see the mountain, you'll see the trees, you'll see the meadow, but you won't see what's really there until you spend time there. And inside that painting, there are 8 wildlife members, animals in that painting, but you won't see them until you spend some time there, just like you would in nature. So something like that would be one that I would put with a particular painting, and I have done that and put it on the back of that painting. So you can also have an artist statement that goes with a particular painting, but we're looking for one that can go on the artist page. Keep the statements very simple. If you'll look on your paper here, the statement should tell why, they should tell how, what it means to you to be an artist. Why do you do it? Why do you create, and why do you like the medium that you're doing? But keep it short. Does that give you, let's see, let me read one more here. Here's another one, artist statement. Stylistically, I am a realistic painter in multiple medias, primarily acrylic. My common subjects include landscapes, florals, wildlife, and family pets. I continue to explore and grow in my painting, improving old skills and acquiring new ones. Long before retirement, I became a toll painter and discovered the love of painting detail, from which evolved a collection of landscape paintings and seascapes, both in oil and acrylic media. After retirement, I joined the North Clackamas Arts Guild and found a group of kindred souls. Now I always have something on my easel. Very short, very simple, but it tells you something about them. I want to give you about another 5 minutes to think about writing why, the how and the why you do art. And make a statement that you can put with your biography, with your bio. Should be, even if it's just a few sentences. How did you get started? Why is it that you do the medium that you do? What is it about it? What kinds of things do you like to paint? And what does it give you as an artist to create these things? Go ahead.